That's what we're starting with.
Close
That.
to the room, are you? Okay, I was gonna stop you, but we got it up on the laptop.
Good.
Just grab it, just
Then
in
it'll
case,
transfer over.
and then come down.
Good.
Yeah, it's a gray
And then
flash
these are
stick. I think
other
it's right in
cells
front
I'm
of the
going to
TV in the
shade
bedroom.
here.
Okay,
But
perfect.
now just hit
This
the
is
back
everything?
button.
Let me know if you have
That's
any problems.
everything.
All right,
Okay,
bye.
great.
Yep.
Bye.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Texas Pinball Festival.
We are here.
We are.
Woohoo! We are going to do a special fireside chat with Todd Tuckey and TNT Amusements. And we're going to start off with playing, everybody
Thank
clap.
you- thank
We
you
have
for
the
that.
legendary Todd Tuckey here.
Thank you for that smattering of applause.
So we're going to start the show by playing Skill Shot Baby, a Pinball Epiphany. And this was a short film, a scene from a feature film that we were pitching several years ago where Todd is one of the main characters. And it's a story about a boy who recently lost his father, found an old pinball machine that they were supposed to work on together, and then decided to take it on himself and then meet some colorful folks along the way. So it's a fun little journey, and this will kind of start off the fireside chat with Todd.
And Imoto was the camera lady. So she filmed it, the whole thing, and it was 3 days. This took 3 days to do. 12 hours each day for 8 minutes of fun. If we can hear it, it's really detailed. It's nice because when you see the neon sign in the beginning, they added the electricity from the neon transformer to it. I thought it was a nice touch.
Movie magic.
Movie magic.
Where do you want it?
Back of the bar with the new jukebox.
Oh, that's cool. When did you guys get that?
Just had it delivered today. I even get to choose what kind of CDs I want in it.
You're not gonna, stop having live music here, are you?
No, you and your friends will always be welcome to play here. It's just to keep the good vibes going when I don't have a band booked. Listen, I'll keep the jukebox money, you keep that pinball money, and we'll be good.
All right, bet.
Then we have a deal. You're back. Let's see what you got for me.
I got 90% of what you asked for and 10% you should have asked for.
Oh, what was I thinking? I forgot to request Walking After Midnight. Mwah.
I've set up a lot of jukes over the years, and you gotta have that in your jukebox. It's the best song you can play at any bar at last call.
Thank you. Yeah, God knows I prefer my patrons walking, not driving.
Let me get these CDs in the juke, and then you can rock and roll. Hey, kid. Let me give you a hand with that. It's nice to see that old funhouse pen back out in public again. By the way, I'm Bart.
I'm Jake. Nice to meet you. You know this machine?
Yep. She used to be one of mine. Pinball operators always leave some mark on their machines to know who serviced them last. That's my barcade token right there. You know, I owned an arcade at one time. I put a hole in the middle of my tokens to make them stand out from the other coins in your pocket.
It's a really good idea.
I'm full of good ideas. Anyway, I rented that pin out to a college dorm, and when I got it back, it was trashed. It needed more TLC than I could give. So, I sold it to a clocksmith in the burbs that thought he could get it working. He had the same coveralls you have on, and that same clock logo right there. Interesting.
Clocksmith must have been my dad. He died 2 years ago. I found this machine and the coveralls in his shop.
Sorry to hear about your pop, kid.
It's okay. I mean, I miss him, but what are you gonna do? Besides, he left me this awesome game and all the tools I needed to fix it up. So, I still want to clean her up a bit more. Replace some of the rubbers, but
That's good. A clean machine is a happy machine. Jake, allow me to formally introduce myself. I'm Bart Barker, coin-up man.
nice to meet you.
I travel all over the world, buying and selling coin-op games just like this. It's looking good, kid. Gonna do any mods?
I don't know about mods, but it's 50 cents a play.
That's a steal of a deal. Let's play.
How did you do that?
Don't ask when it's magic.
Fun house.
You flip first, my new friend.
Come on in, bucko. Hey, Biff, you're up.
When I first found this machine, there was a box of broken pinball parts inside, and that was my clue on what was broken, needed fixing.
You're lucky your dad saved them. If you're ever looking for a particular part, give me a call. I actually might have it. I've been collecting pinball machines for years, partly as a hobby, but mainly as a hedge when pinball makes a comeback. And it looks like it is coming back, because here you are now.
I didn't even know.
Right. Bam, bam, bam! Ha ha! That's how you do it, kid.
You're a hell of a player, man. Were you in a league?
I was. Won a lot of prize money, even a pinball machine one year. Every time I won, I invested in another game.
Sounds awesome.
And so I opened up my own barcade, right before the internet bubble burst. In life, as in pinball, you can do everything right. But if your timing is off, just a little bit, you still lose. The economy crashed, and my barcade died! Just like that. You did a good job on this game, kid. Flips really well. You know, I have a warehouse full of dusty old pinball machines. They all need fixing, and you just might be the man for the job. If you're interested, we should meet, and soon. I'm shipping out in 2 days on a business trip to Japan.
Yeah, I'm interested.
Perfect. I was hoping you'd feel that way. Skill shot, baby!
I'm guessing that's a good thing?
In a word, yes. To the novice, the pinball machine looks chaotic, but the skill shot is the first clue that you have more control over the game than you'd expect.
Are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water, or?
Pinball hasn't killed me yet. It's your last ball. Make it a good one.
So that was about 8 minutes, and my co-star is actually 35 years old, and he's been in a lot of movies. He actually had a role in a TV show with John Goodman, and the lady at the bar, she was in movies too. So I was the only one that only made a couple movies, but a lot of people involved, and 36 hours of filming to make that 8 minutes. So we did a lot of the scenes over and over and to get them just right. So it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun and met a lot of collectors. It was filmed in Indianapolis, and the bar actually exists and looks just like that. So they had no set decorations. They just rolled in the jukebox that they rented and the pinball machine that was rented. They had to pay $3,000 to use that pinball for royalties for Funhouse. So, that was pretty expensive. And they had a nice budget to try to get the show off the air, but it didn't work. They had a couple investors, but I was told it was $1 million to produce the film. The movie would run about 100 minutes, and $2 million to do it union. So it was double to film it with union, but they couldn't get the funds. So we did a full script read through too. But and Imoto was also the writer too. She was one of the writers. Where are you, Imoto?
She just went outside.
She went out. She ran out on us. But all the people you see contributed money to get the funds together that they added, and the camera lenses were donated free from the local film hub, and the bar gave a very low rate to rent the facility for the 3 days. We filmed after hours and before hours, so we didn't obstruct their business too. So it was a lot of fun. And I kept the costume, I kept the outfit. I didn't buy that, of course. They gave it to me in case the film was sold, we could reuse it. And they probably would keep the same scenes. So,
Now, that is surprising to me.
that is what? Oh. Now, the sock monkeys are in the show. They were written in. It was whether they were real or not real. So that was part of the story. So they animated the sock monkey at the bar and then on the one pinball machine. And the script looked really good, and I thought it would be pretty good. So, but it will never see the light of day, I guess, which is sad, but at least I'm part of it. I did upload on YouTube the show and also in 3D. So you can watch it in 3D if you want to see me big, fill the screen. But you just need the red and green glasses. But both versions are up on YouTube. Do you think I'd look good in 3D?
Boy, that's a loaded question. Before I answer that, you mentioned that they let you keep the outfit that you wore in Skillshot Baby?
Yes, it's hanging in my closet.
I could have sworn that was in your closet and those were your actual clothes.
Oh, so mean, so mean. Let me see where she put my clips here. Here we go. Well, I'm going to run the opening titles. So this is, here we are. Let me open the folder.
I just want to point out this is as good as every other TNT production.
That's the opening. How about that?
Thank goodness.
Anybody recognize the music? That is the part of the 30-second attract mode for Atari's video game Road Blasters. I see some nods. I said, yeah, that was it. So I figured that would. Fat Chris, you did come. I do need a lot, Chris. I'm broke. I'm always broke. We planned that. So Chris said, how about if I come in and interrupt it? I said, sure, why not? So he's a fan. A lot of you are too. I think probably everybody in the room is. Thank you very much for attending. This is Chuck Bruder and Frank Lindemuth. And actually today, somebody said, how long have you been working there? And I'm thinking, maybe 10 years. And he says, no, it's like 25 or 30. I said, really? And Chuck's been around for 20?
22.
22
We all come
years.
to a time when you realize
started
you
as a
wasted so much
collector.
of your life. I just came to terms with that. So.
I have to tell you, Chuck is a volunteer. He doesn't get paid. I couldn't pay his salary.
Like an escaped mental patient, I have no idea what I'm doing here, but that's okay. 22 years ago, roughly, I walked into TNT Amusements knowing nothing about pinball, just absolutely nothing. I just moved into a new house, had a full finished basement, decided I wanted something to put in this finished basement. I know, a pinball machine, great idea. Why I ever went down that road is beyond me, but I walk into TNT on a Saturday afternoon, and as is typical, there are birthday parties going on. I walk into the middle of a kid's party. On Saturdays, the showroom is open to everybody, so you can come in and browse while the parties are going on. Todd, how many birthday parties do you estimate you've done?
We've done over 25,000 parties in 30, we just started our 39th year.
So I walk in, I'm looking for a pinball machine. I have no idea what I'm doing. I barely know what a pinball machine is, but I know I want one. And I'm walking around the showroom, and one of your family members, who shall remain nameless, comes out and says, hi, can I help you? And I said, yeah, I want to buy a pinball machine, don't know what I'm looking for. Is this all you got? Now, the showroom for TNT has about 60 games in it, but I said, is this all you got? Is there anything else? And she said, oh, well, you want to talk to the boss. Come meet my dad. And I walked in, and I met this gentleman. And
Gentlemen?
I know. Listen, I'm keeping it PG because I know this is going out over the internet. 22 years and 19 pinball machines later, here I am.
And he has some good ones. Among his favorites, Transporter,
Yep.
which there's one in here.
Yep.
TX Sector.
Yep.
TX.
Yep.
A couple other good ones.
Let's see, Solar Fire. What else do I have from you? Funhouse, the one you just saw here.
Not that particular one.
Not that
was a
particular one,
collector's.
but I have a Funhouse. Big Hurt, Spectrum. What else is in my TNA? Led Zeppelin. That we got from Mike Dodona,
Limited,
the beautiful
yeah.
Mike Dodona, who probably gave me the last Led Zeppelin LE on the face of the planet, so thank you again, Mike. And probably a few others that I'm forgetting. I know Halloween's in there. Swords of Fun, one of your favorites.
Words of Fun.
Why is Swords of Fun one of your favorite pinball machines, Todd?
We had a lot of fun with that. Are you all familiar with that game? I think everybody in the room is. No.
I'm
Swords of
referring
Fun.
to Swords of Fury, but we call it Swords of Fun because...
We had a lady call up. I've sold probably 15 or 20 over the years. I don't know, something like that. And a lady called for service, and I said, well, I need to know the name of the game. Oh, I don't remember what it is. So she goes down the steps and she reads it, and she says it's Swords of Fun. Because the F-U-N, the Fury, looks like fun. So if you see a Swords of Fun next, Fury, look at it. And I picked up on it, and I've used that joke ever since. Russell, you two are late.
Russell and Shannon, you
And
were supposed
Shannon.
to be here earlier.
Shannon has an arcade nearby. What's the name of the arcade, Shannon? Tornado Turries. And
Yes.
there's cards actually out on one of the tables out there to get you some discounts. She has a nice arcade.
Todd, to
late.
round out a little bit about my collection, we won't go through all of it, but one of the other machines I have, as you know, it's probably the second machine I bought, might be, is Pinbot, which I know is on your list of one of the greatest pinball machines of all time.
Of course it is. There, we got some people that agree. A beautiful, wonderful machine, perfect in every way.
And every time we do one of these presentations and we open up the audience to Q&A, which we'll do, by the way, because it's a whole lot of fun, so hold those questions for just a few minutes, inevitably somebody will say, Todd, what are your favorite pinball machines? Can you give me the list?
Well, you see, you got to understand, not in any particular order, Funhouse, Pinbot, Theater of Magic, TNA. This is an obscure Gottlieb, probably half of you have never seen or played, the Class of 1812. There, we got some Class of 1812 people, and
You're missing one.
I know. Oh,
It's
my
a
gosh.
big one.
Oh, God, right out of my head.
Big.
Favorite bar.
It makes a bang.
Big
bar.
bang bar. I can't forget that. I was in, as a matter of fact, Ross and I, another collector, Ross Simpson, just like the Simpsons, he and I were sitting next to each other at the Pinball Expo in Chicago when Gene Cunningham proposed and pitched Big Bang Bar. And he said, I'm going to make these. I'm going to make 175 of them because he had the circuit boards for 175 from Capcom, but he needed $2,400 down payment. And we sat through the whole thing, and I went up to him, I looked him in the eye, I said, you're going to make these? He said, damn right I'm going to make them. And he did. Ross and I both gave him a check for $2,400, and 2 or 3 years later, he said they're about ready, and we need the balance. So we sent $2,400, $4,800 total, and then the shipping, I think, was $400 to TNT. And by God, we got the machine. I had already been called. People called and offered me, they'll give me $10,000. They'll drive over and take the crate for $10,000. I didn't sell it. And we kept it in the basement. Terry, my daughter, right up front, is here.
Wave Terry. Hi, Terry.
Terry's boyfriend is Greg, right next.
Wave
And Greg works
Hi,
for me.
Greg.
And the true great story is they both met at TNT Amusements. So it was really good. So Terry was in the back doing manuals, and Greg is doing board repair. So he does the little stuff. Now he can do surface mount, which is really good. But it's really good. And they met there, and Terry got the chance to see and play Big Bang Bar. And we had it in my house for years, and then I got offered a lot of money, $25,000, and I sold it. Out the door it went, baby. But I did make a video. One of these videos that you've been watching, we have over 2,500 videos now. Plus, now I'm doing a lot of TikTok. I don't like filming this way, but TikTok is what the kids are watching. And I'm now getting more views on TikTok than on YouTube.
If you want to see that video, I think that was October or November of 2014.
Yeah, it's in, yeah, just type in
just
TNT
search for
Amusements
that
Big
time
Bang
frame,
Bar.
and you'll be able to see that video.
I did do some green screening from Barbarella. I
Some?
put myself into the Barbarella elements because that was the perfect movie to put in for Big Bang Bar.
You did a little more than some green screening. If you watch the earlier videos from TNT Amusements, there's a lot of production that went into them. Todd did a lot of green screening. He lifted, sometimes without licensing, some things from movies. Go and check out the videos because they're amazing. But we've jumped a little far ahead, so let me kind of bring us back, if you will. Oh, and by the way, Terry, Greg, since you guys met at TNT, if you ever get married, the ceremony should be in the party room. Just saying. Todd, one question you get asked every time we do a show is, how in the world did you get started in this? You want to give us the 2-minute overview of where you started?
I was fascinated with arcade games, not pinballs, but arcade games. And I bought my first game in 1979, right when Pac-Man came out, 1980, and we went from there. It was fabulous. Put it in a location. I couldn't get good spots because they were all tied up with the other people. So I couldn't actually book or get a really hot location.
You're talking about routing machines.
Yeah.
Put them on the screen.
Yeah, so And then I got bitten by the bug just like everybody in this room, and I was operating. But then we discovered we could sell a few machines and started selling machines in '84. I had a partner too, by the way, and the two of us were in the business, and things got really bad in '84. That's when everything was sliding backwards, and nothing was making money. You'd go and collect the game, it had $5 in it. So we had to figure out what to do, and I put games in front of my house, and $100 and up was the sign, and we started selling them. Sold all the ones we wanted to sell, and then distributors were driving games over, and operators. I was buying black and white games for $25 each and selling them for $100 to $150. So Asteroids was $100, Deluxe Asteroids was either $125 or $150, and color games, because color, isn't that great? The Missile Command was my cheapest, $175. Tempest was $225. The distributors started selling me brand new in the box games. Brand new. I was buying Donkey Kong Juniors, not Donkey Kong, but Junior, which wasn't a big hit, $200, and I sold them for $400. So the distributor was dropping off boxes of games. They never went in my house. They all stayed outside. I covered them with tarps.
You were selling in your driveway
I
at
had
that
a
point, weren't
long
you?
driveway, and I had all these electric cords plugged into different sockets of the house, enough that the electric company called my father saying they think there's something wrong with our electricity, because the bill went from $48 a month to $199 and $200. For 4 months, I sold them out of the driveway, sold 400 machines, and we decided to go in business full-time. My partner said he wanted out. I bought him out, and then bought the building at TNT in '86. So, and I made the good decision not to rent it. I bought it. So, started with a mortgage, long paid off, and we're here today.
And you've got 2 buildings.
Yeah.
You've got 2 buildings, the main building and obviously the warehouse. And we could probably talk all day about the business operations and the characters that you've had, both currently and previously at TNT. But rather than doing that, because you just attract people like me and like interesting customers and people like Frank, whose story is not that much different than mine. Right, Frank?
Yeah.
So you want to talk a little bit about how you got mixed up in this crazy world we call TNT?
Well, as a little kid, the first time I think I'd seen a Pac-Man with Acme Supermarket, if you're familiar with Acme, Philly area. And I remember playing that whenever I could, whenever my grandmother would go shopping, I'd always go, and going down, from Philly we call it going down the shore, the rest of the world calls it going to the beach, but the summers at the shore playing the games in the arcades and the boardwalk, and I just fell in love with the video games. Again, I was more into the video games, and I'm riding my bike through the neighborhood one day, and a guy has his garage door open, and he has some games, and I'm like, wow, that is so cool, I'm gonna have that. Well, fast forward a few years, I met a girl, and her dad had a Miss Pac-Man and said if I could fix it, I could have it. So I brought it home and had no idea what I was doing. I heard about this TNT place and went in and met with Todd. It was late on a Saturday night. There was a party getting ready to start, so I didn't get to talk to him much. He says, yeah, bring the game by and we'll fix it for you. And some time went by, I didn't really deal with it, and then I was down at another shore town and they were selling a couple of games. They had a hang-on, some other game, and the 720 skateboarding game, and that was the only one available, so I bought that for $200. I didn't know what it was. I'm like, whatever, for $200, and I went into TNT. I wanted to get some locks for the coin door, and I asked for a job, and then that's just really how it all started.
Big mistake, hiring it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
welcome to the TNT family. Frank, you've been here almost as long as I
conclave.
have, and we really are family. Todd, it wouldn't be a presentation about family unless you embarrassed your daughter, now would it?
Well, if you put the picture up on the screen, this is Tammy, and I made a crib for her, and the body is Star Race because the black hole body was too thin for it was a regular baby mattress, and then we have a bumper around it. but I took the head off of a black hole, took the electronics were still running, and hooked it onto the back. So you think about it, a baby likes to see movement. So the black hole in the back spun, and the electronics still showed the high score to date. And I hung the transformers on the back of the machine. So this is where she had a lot of fun for many years, and then not to be too shabby and not to include all the kids. Oop, the wrong direction, wait a minute.
While you're finding that, how many of you raised your children in the bodies of pinball machines as cribs? Show of hands.
Oh, no one. That's Terry, who's right there now. She's 27, but there's my little girl when she was maybe 2 or 2.5 in front of the jukebox. That's one of the ill-fated Rockola fireballs where all the records would fall out. No matter what you did, baby, the records fell out. It was a disaster. But, so the girls were brought up around games their whole life. And
not just games, because you just mentioned jukeboxes, and in addition to games, you have a couple of other interests. Jukeboxes are one of them, right? Or at least they were.
Yes.
I mean, not as much.
Not as much now, no.
But some of you may know that Todd's...
Wait a minute. There we go. Okay.
Todd's perfect timing with his finger on the button is fabulous for those of us who are trying to ask him questions. You are a film lover first and foremost, are you not?
A film? I didn't hear it.
Lover. I know, you don't hear the word lover very often. I know, it's probably foreign to you.
Well, yeah, I do like movies. That's my other business. So that's what financed the games. I could never have done it without the film business. So we sold a lot of 16 millimeter. Some of my videos show the film collection and such. And
But didn't part of your game story begin when you were running the projector room at Temple, and weren't you running the game room there as well?
yeah, I ran 2 game rooms at Temple University and the movie theater. And we did quite a bit of work. Actually, it was interesting. I saw the Clash of the Titans, the Harry Hamlin pinball around the corner. And we actually, we had Ray Harryhausen appear in my movie theater, and they gave us a 35 millimeter print to a pre-screen to the college students. And there was only one set of projectors on campus. They were portable 1948 DeVry projectors. Portable meaning they were only like 400 pounds each. And I managed to get them going. They had light bulbs this big. They were light bulbs. They were enormous bulbs. And we had no spares. So I had to take a chance that this would run the movie and not blow a bulb. And Clash of the Titans was on 6 reels. So we had reel changes in between, and the projectors worked fine. The picture looked beautiful. And then Ray Harryhausen talked to everybody about the film. I cleverly took 2 pictures. Well, I wish I took 100, but I didn't. But I did get his autograph. But that was my film life. But the film life is still present. I acquired a film collection. It's on the YouTube video. Chuck is in it 2 years ago. And we got the mailing list of all the people that he used to sell film to, including me. And the mailing list, old typewriter typed, you can see my name and address and phone number. Right below me is Donald Trump and his address and phone number. So he collected 16 millimeter. And I asked her, and she says, oh yes, he should talk to Donald all the time, because he was always inquiring about buying reels. These are the movie reels. So if you're ever interested, you could check it out more.
Before we leave the film topic, one last thing, because film really is in your blood. Was it your great-grandfather? Who was the inventor?
My great-grandfather is Eberhard Schneider, and he patented a process used by movie theaters for 100 years. And it actually figures into the movie Inglourious Bastards. At the end of the reels, there's a cue mark that appears 8 seconds before the reel runs out. and that tells the projectionist to start the other projector. The projectors had to, what they call, come to speed. They had to come up to speed. And at the second dots, the second set of cue marks in the top right corner, you would push a button, and the lens would, there'd be a partition that would cover the first projector and open the second projector. And you'd essentially have a real change. And if a good projectionist, it would be undetectable. And that was the strive. But he patented that in 1916. The cue marks used right up until the last films were run not on a platter, but needed cue marks. So it's pretty interesting history. And that and $1 will buy a soda out of the machine at TNT. So I'm never going to be rich from that, from my uncle.
No.
Now, a lot of you watch our videos, and you know we have a lot of comedy. When we started doing the videos, they were very crude. Then I started editing them, and now, as you know, they've become crude again. All the Texas shows were filmed with this and edited on the side of my bed at 12 midnight, and then uploaded so you could see it the next day. But this video clip I have is from Jason. Jason was the first person in America to light the trough. He came up with the idea of putting a strip of 10 LEDs to light between the flippers. And that happened in 2012. So that was 13, nobody was doing this 13 years ago. But I was filming a clip for Tempest and explaining the special setting on a Tempest video game. Do you know there's a switch on Tempest that you can flip, and then you can start on any level you want, and the game never ends. You can play forever. And it was called demonstration mode, where I was showing the person in this clip, and Jason walked behind me and tripped. And we came up with, just on the spot, we came up with this. This is about a minute, but it's kind of funny. Oh. Let me get the sound on.
One single switch on your Tempest, you can actually make the game 1,000 times more fun. I'm going to show you why. You know, normally when you start the game, you can start from one. You can come through. You can't even walk. Look. Left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot.
Well, this shop is so organized and clean. EPA would have a field day here.
Okay, anyway.
The guys from OSHA just called. They're on their way.
Call me. Now he's got me all in a dither. Okay, now I know what it is. Thank you for watching.
We're in the yellow pages under Amusements.
I wanted to run that part because we were in the yellow pages under Amusements. I was in 36 phone books for $2,600 a month. Now, how about that? That's what they cost back then, because there was no internet. So the internet came along about here, but I was still in the yellow pages. And of course, that all started dribbling out. And then I was always pushing my money on the TV show. They are actually filming a documentary about my infomercial that I started so many years ago. And they did a 5th day of filming the other day. So I'm hoping that comes out. And it makes me famous, Frank.
You're famous.
We're hoping so as well.
I want to be world famous or infamous.
We'd like to get some money out of this, so that would be great.
Here's the check.
That would be. I'm going to just see what the next clip is. This
So,
was a little crude, but go ahead.
While you're doing that, we learned a little something about Tempest the other day, didn't we? Was it Tempest with the 50 cents?
Yeah, but
Remember the credits?
We just found out that Atari had a mistake in the program, and if you set the game on 50 cents a play, okay, and you turn the game off, the next time you turn it on, it gives you 40 credits. Bonk, 40 credits. Now, I never knew about it because we never had Tempest on 50 cents a play. But I sold the Tempest to an operator. He has it up in a Pocono arcade at 50 cents a play. excuse me. And he has to run the credits off by going into test and clearing the memory. Of course, it clears the high scores. I thought it was the chip on it, but Atari, this is one of the few bulletins I didn't get. I get bulletins all over the place, but there was apparently a bulletin that said you had to upgrade 2 ROMs to get rid of that glitch that somebody, they said it was purposely programmed by this clown that worked there. And, you know, they put these little things in the games. And without reading the service bulletin, you wouldn't know. And I was one of the few people that read them. They would come in, they would be mailed to you or faxed to you, and people just threw them out. See, I'm making him cough now. Look at that.
Don't send it over here.
Now, I always felt that comedy was important, especially with our videos and things. And do you know, I used to get dozens of letters. And we actually, for the documentary, he wanted to see the letters. I have about, if I squeeze tight, that thick, I have emails and letters from years from a lot of nutty people. And some are nice ones. I kept the nice ones too, but I wanted to run you a video. This is a short, it's only 2 minutes, but it's the end of one of my nutty letters that I really loved. And I think this is one of my funniest things. But we had a collector that was sending me $50 per game, and he had like 9 games on layaway. And I would get a money order for like $300 or $200, and he'd put it toward this game and that, and he'd write the same thing on each sheet. So when I unfolded the letter, there'd be 3 different identical lined papers that said, this is $50 towards Centipede. This is $50 toward this. So we had all these games on layaway, and then I got this email from him. We'll switch over to the camera. Here we go, the film. That's the end. Wait a minute.
Living is good, isn't it, folks? That's all for now. Good night.
It comes on, there's a 4-second. I keep thinking I'm going between my phone and this, so I didn't advance this fast enough. Here we go. I've paid you all so far about $700 to $800. That's all I got after 2 years. 2 years. I'm still working on buying a fax machine for easier communication. Thank you. Have a nice day. Oh no, a very nice day, Brian. His name was Brian. I guess you know where this is going. About 6 months later, I got this letter, my final communication with Brian. TNT Amusements, attention Todd. I am writing in regard to the video arcade games, pinball machines, and jukebox that I have in layaway. Something has come up to where I will be unable to pay all of the games off. I'm going to have to cancel the layaway of all the games and jukebox due to the nature of my financial status. I am unemployed and on a fixed income with bills to pay. I'm sure you can understand. So far, I've paid you all $850. You can send me $850 to the address below. Sorry for any inconvenience. Thank you. Oh, he's just gonna, but he promised here, he said he's still serious and he's gonna, poor Brian. Well, of course I sent him the $850 back. I'm not some kind of a troll. Well, maybe I am. Oh,
I've had enough. I've had enough. Oh, wait a minute, I can't even keep this on my note. I've had enough. It's time to go.
So that was quite a while. Actually, Frank filmed that with 2 cameras. We were fancy. But a lot of years ago. My Nutty Letters series.
Can I ask you who you were emulating in that video? Who were you trying to be?
I was Franklin Roosevelt. And in 2007, I think, I played Roosevelt. And that was my outfit. I still had it. I kept it just like my Skill Shot Baby outfit. And with the glasses and I made a pretty good Roosevelt. I even sang. It was in a show called Annie Warbucks. Terry saw me, didn't you, honey? Wasn't Daddy good?
She is disavowing any
I made a
knowledge
good
of that.
president, didn't I?
Don't answer. Don't do it.
I made good decisions about
Don't
the
do it.
TVA.
Could we see another one of your good decisions in the next video clip?
I don't remember what it was. Let me see.
Oh, this is truly a TNT
We only have a few
production.
This is my wife, and this was her big video.
Classic from Bally.
Hi guys, I'm Pam, Todd's wife, and I'm here to show you Elvira. This is the kind of game you should get dressed up for when you play it. Here I am, all dressed up to show you how to play it.
Pam.
What?
This is my job. I know all about this game, Pam.
Yeah?
More than you do.
I know more than you do about Elvira.
Oh?
Yeah, it was made in 1989, and it had made 4,000 of them.
Oh.
And the 2 guys who designed it, well, it was Dennis Nortman and Jim Partey. And guess what? Bet you don't know this. They had broken bones, especially on the game. Right here, and here's a broken bone. And the reason they had broken bones is because poor Dennis was in a motorcycle accident.
Oh, so you do know something about this game. I didn't know that. By the way, his name is Jim Patea.
Like an Imoto.
Oh! Well, at least you can't pound my stomach here. I think it's time we switch places, and I'll finish the video.
Oh,
But
really?
thank you for coming. You did a very nice job, Pam, but it's time for you to go so I can finish explaining the game. Goodbye, sweetheart.
Oh, goodbye! I'll see you in the next video. Or my nightmares. No you! No you! No you! I'll have my tea first.
I'm done. Let's go in the office.
This is a portion of the video.
Pammy!
We had some fun.
What's that now?
How do you like your tea?
Oh, it's so yummy.
We got a present of
Oh,
tea.
great. Mark, it's delicious. Thank you so much for thinking of me.
Our fan sends the food to
Well,
us.
it gave me this awesome bag of this place I would love to go to. But the neat thing is, it has these small little baggies, and you put the tea herb in here, and then you put the baggie in there. It's so great. It's like baggies
I'm
with
getting
the
bored.
herb tea. So yummy. Oh,
Listen, Pam, you should be getting back to work, please.
just leave me alone.
Can't hurt me.
No.
I'm not here. Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Now I'm gonna do my emails and enjoy my tea. Yummy, yummy. Thanks, Mark.
And now, Jonathan, the last step. Signing the game.
Some of our customers ask us to sign them.
Of course, I get to sign it here. All right, who's next?
There's Frank.
Thanks, Mark.
So have a ball. After all, darling, it's on you. Unpleasant dreams.
Good night.
Nicely done.
Yes, thanks. Yeah, Pam, I tried to have her in as many videos as possible. We used to film in a studio next door, and she said she's had enough. She's not going, quote, into that dirty warehouse ever again. So I had to bring the green screen material to the shop, and we just draped it around each other whenever we were doing this. So she was game to do it, but she just didn't want to go far from the office. But she helped me out. And a lot of you know she passed away about 1 year and 3 months ago. And we really miss her bad. So,
Yes, we do, every day.
so I try to keep her alive at our videos. I have a lot. I didn't realize how many we recorded with her. But it did work out nice. So it did, yeah.
Did, absolutely. So Todd, we've got 5 minutes left.
Did anybody have any questions or anything?
Just gonna ask that. Anything you want to know from Todd or Frank or me or Chris? I know you have a question.
Chiller, yes.
Me?
The question is, could he ever get to
Before we
the bonus
worked on that
level of
game,
chiller?
no. I had no idea what it was, and there was this guy, Chris, who used to work next to us, and he says, oh, we got this game Chiller in, and I'm thinking, oh, it sounds like a cute little penguin game, like Pango or something. He's like, no, it's nothing like that at all. And then I started playing it and doing some research on it, and I think I even mentioned it, I think it's in the first scene where the guy's hanging from the chains, a couple of the guys, I forget their names, they were just playing with some graphics, and the guy's like, yeah, this is what it's like working here for Exidy or something, and he's like, you got to put that in the game. And I just played it, and I got to the point I could beat the whole thing. That's probably the only game I've ever beaten. It is.
Chiller was a really good game.
Yeah.
Chiller was an interesting piece. They wouldn't let you, they had a switch on the circuit board. They were afraid the children would be frightened or the location. If you flip the switch, the blood goes from red to green. So it wouldn't look as real. But we had 1 or 2 locations that were horrified and didn't want the game. So, but it did make money. It was a big hit. Do we have to end exactly at the? No, we can go over. Yeah.
And if you want to do questions, there's a mic up there for people to walk up.
Okay,
and
yeah.
Take questions.
Okay. Yeah, we do have a mic too that people could come up to and ask. We don't have to be over exactly. The next show is it Stern? And that's at 7 or 8. I think it's 8 o'clock, right? They have to set up, so we have to be out in about 5 or 10 minutes.
That's your cue to get as close to 7 p.m. as is possible.
Oh, is that what it means?
Yes.
Did anybody else have any questions or anything? I'm sure all of you watch the show on the channel. Do we have a question? Do you want to ask at the mic? It helps for the stream because they're live streaming this right now, and that may help.
I'm sure they're regretting that decision right about now.
I have 2 questions. One, what was the biggest earning game of your whole career?
What game did you earn the most out on routing?
It wasn't pinball. Our best earning game obviously would be Miss Pac-Man.
Okay.
I remember we bought several of them. They would make a ton of money. We bought Super Pac-Man. It was a total disaster. And the location wanted the Miss Pac-Man back. I said, I'm bringing in this brand new game. $2,600 is what they cost. And it was a complete disaster. So our next biggest earning game was Nintendo's Play Choice 10. That game continued to earn for like 5 or 6 years. We converted all of our punch outs because they were making $5 a week, and the Play Choice system made a lot of money, and the cartridges were cheap. And we were able to go out and change the 2 lowest cartridges to a new one every 3 or 4 weeks, and we made money with that. And that was a big earner too. Most of the other games were just average. And we tried so many games. I had an arcade in New Hope, PA, which is a historic town, the only ice cream parlor in town at the time, and we had the arcade there, and we just couldn't make any money. It was a lousy quarter. A lousy quarter.
Okay, the second question was, in the last 5 years with the arcade bar scene resurrection, what has been possibly the best-selling game that you've sold to these people?
Multicades are what people are playing. I hate to do it. I was making them for years. We would gut a Miss Pac-Man, put a new wiring harness in it, an LCD monitor in many cases, and Frank did the conversions, hundreds of them. And in a home and in a location, they were making the most money. We had a few locations that wanted some obscure games like iRobot. Had a comic book store, and that did really well, but it tanked it everywhere else. We never could make any money with pinball. We didn't have the pinball locations, and we would make $40 a week, and they just didn't earn money for us, so we didn't operate them. We didn't have those locations. A lot of the big vendors tied them up, and we had to take like the scraps, the locations people didn't want, I guess. But we hung with it. But
Thank you.
thank you.
You know, I'm actually quite surprised at your comments on Super Pac-Man, because I had heard that Super Pac-Man was the GOAT of the Pac-Man series. Inside joke.
Yeah, another one of my volunteers, Scott Parisi, who's watching. He's back home in Philly. He somehow thinks that game is great, and it is just terrible. It's just like Motor Dome is the worst pinball machine ever made.
Whoa.
Nothing worse than Motor Dome.
What was the second worst pinball machine made?
Pokerino. Williams' horrible Pokerino. Boy, my God, it's awful.
You know, I'm going to buy
big,
that.
Lumpy, big piece of shit. What a junk.
First off, we need to apologize to the Marco stream for your potty mouth. And secondly, you know I'm going to buy that Pokerino you have in the back room. Anyway, any other questions for Todd?
I do have another real short clip. I eat at breakfast almost every morning at Daddy Pop's Diner in Hatboro. And she made me a tortilla salad. And she filmed this of me eating the salad. But then a friend of mine took the last frame and added this. So it's only 30 seconds, but she put it up on her website, this first part. Just a couple seconds for it to start.
The Thousand Island dressing. You now must stir it in carefully. As you see, I'm being very careful so I don't upset the bread bowl. It's not a bread bowl, it's a taco shell.
Tortilla.
The tortilla. Now look at that. Now doesn't that look good? Tuna at its finest at Daddy Pop's.
Don't let him kid you. That was not AI.
And what's scary is that's AI.
It was not.
It was not. Can you see what you could do? Is the Terminator 2 really true now? Is this what the world is coming to? Is it?
I hope not. But we shall see. Any other questions? Any other thoughts? Anything you want to know from Todd or Frank or me or anything about TNT? Oh, as an aside, by the way, Todd mentioned Daddy Pop's, which is in beautiful Hatboro, Pennsylvania. Any of you who find yourself in the area can join us for breakfast.
They're almost every day. Sunday, I eat breakfast at a place close to my church. Daddy Pop's isn't.
But so Monday through Saturday,
I'm usually there. Usually
9:30 a.m.
Yeah, so
typically,
yeah. I sleep in a little bit. My claim to fame now, but
What is your favorite coffee,
I will tell
Todd?
you, it is absolutely amazing. It's called Death Wish Coffee. And my next flavor would be Rifle.
Black Rifle.
Black Rifle.
Yep.
So that would be in that order. The Death Wish Coffee, and which is just so good. But we drink a lot of it, don't we?
We
Pots
drink
of it.
way too much
A lot of you have
coffee,
sent us coffee
as you can
too,
see.
which is nice. It's very nice. Any last minute questions? Go ahead. He's going to
Sure,
come
come on
right
up.
up front. Right up front.
So it's not really a question, but I just wanted to say, I was thinking about this. I got into the arcade business, repairing and opening my own. Actually, in one of your panels, like 5 years ago, I met my partner and we decided to do it. So I wanted to say to you, and I was a fan of yours before then, I wanted to say thank you for inspiring me to do it, but maybe not thank you because you might have ruined my life because I'm now repairing machines,
gets in
spending
your
all
blood.
night, and I'm a little more poor. So hopefully it will turn out, but I just want to say thanks for the inspiration to do it. And even though I'm not making a ton of money, but I'm having a lot of fun going broke. Let's put it that way. So thank you very much.
You're
sir.
very welcome. Thank you. And I do have an end credit to Rotten.
Of course you do.
Of course, you have to end somehow. And let's see if it should play fine.
Good night. Now, clear out!
These were all handmade. These weren't automated. So it's fun making these videos too. But it takes a long time, and I'm using a 2002 editor. And you have to hand animate everything. It's a mess. And I'm too old to learn a new program, And now it's easy to make the videos. Now listen, we have part 1, 2, and 3 of the Texas show. Part 1 was Wednesday, part 2 was Thursday, and part 3 was yesterday. And I've been filming part 4 now, and we'll finish tomorrow. Part 4 will be up Sunday. So this way they're in a timely, so it's fresh in your mind. We have a lot of fun. I've met a lot of you. I signed a ton of autographs. I still have a few cards left. I brought a stack this high, and I'm down to this much. But I still have some left if any of you want an autograph from Frank, or you could even get your picture with Chuck. No, he says no.
Sure you can.
You go on the
Why would
walls at the
anyone
post
want a
office.
picture with me, huh? Why?
Well, they like you, Chuck.
And we love the audience. We love the TNT family. You guys are absolutely fabulous. Before we leave, we have to say thank you to Texas Pinball Festival for allowing us to do this.
Yes, thank you very much.
It was very nice.
It's been an amazing show. Thank you, Marco Specialties, Imoto. I know you're around here somewhere. Thank you. And thank you guys for being here today. This was
Thanks,
awesome.
guys.
Give it up for Todd Tuckey.
Thank you. Appreciate it, really do. And the next show is at 8. They have to set the room up for the Stern Q&A and things. So I think. So
what
I'm
do you want
gonna
to say?
It this way. Now, get out!